Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. I have been putting off filming this for so long. As you can see, I have a camera back there, but it just isn't cutting it. The camera quality, it just won't like focus on my face. And so I finally just was like, I'll just film on my phone, which I really didn't want to do, but maybe I can save up to buy a better camera soon. For anybody that does not know me, my name's Jordan. I'm 18. I make pop culture content on TikTok. I have about 7,000 followers. I make a lot of content about The Rookie and it always does really well on my page. So for my first YouTube video, I posted a TikTok and I basically asked for y'all's opinions and hot takes about The Rookie. And I thought I would react and respond to them. I had like 200 comments almost. So I'm definitely not doing all of them in this video, but I can definitely make more parts if that's something y'all are interested in. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get right into the video. So for the first one, it says, I used to love Bailey, but she should be in jail. She basically hired a hitman and it wasn't just Jason who was killed and wanting John to apologize to her. I don't think she should be in jail. And I also don't know if I agree that what she did was wrong. At the end of the day, it was her crazy ex-husband. I would probably hire a hitman at that point. He literally broke out of prison to be with her. And so I can completely understand why she hired a hitman. I honestly was kind of annoyed when John was mad at her. Okay, this next one says, I feel like Jackson's death was so rushed. It literally only showed a 10-second clip of the funeral and a few references later on, and he was such a big character. I definitely agree with this. The Rookie tends to rush stuff, but I feel like most shows do this where when someone dies, they just show it for an episode and then move on. Literally, it probably mentioned it 3 times after, and that's it. Okay, this next one says, I don't know if it's just me, but I want Miles and Selena to be their next slow burn couple. Season 8, they move in together because Lucy moves in with Tim and they get closer pre-Chenford and then catch feelings for each other. I could definitely see this happening. I don't know if I 100% like it. I do definitely could see them together. I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted. I feel like I need to see more of them to form an opinion on this. Okay, this next one says, I think John has too much time on screen, especially with Bailey, because I know he is the main character, but I low-key don't like him, and the scenes with him aren't as entertaining enough as other people's scenes. I definitely agree with this. John is definitely not one of my favorite characters at all, but I mean, he is the main character. He is an executive producer, I think is what it's called. I definitely agree that his scenes are not as entertaining, but I do love Bailey. I do love him and Bailey together as well, but I completely agree with the statement that he is the most boring, because I don't like watching his scenes either. Okay, this next one says, Nyla and Angela are one of the rudest duos ever, especially to Selena and Lucy. I 1000% agree with this. They are so rude sometimes and so serious. I'm can we loosen up a little bit? They were so mean to Lucy in season 7. Okay, this next one says, Chenford fans are crazy at this point, it's not even the best relationship. Okay, I disagree and agree with this. I do agree that Chenford fans are crazy, especially some of the newer fans. I hate saying that, but it is true. I've been here since 2018 and this fandom has definitely grown so much. The show has gotten so much more popular, and obviously when the show gets more popular, there's going to be crazy fans. But I think Chenford is the best relationship. This next one says, Jackson was a bad cop. I don't remember too much about him as a cop because I haven't rewatched the show. I have it on in my bedroom just when I'm chilling, but I don't remember him as a cop, but I do know I wasn't the biggest fan of him. Next one says Chenford is overrated. I can definitely see where you're coming from. I know a lot of people agree with this. Me personally, well, actually I do think they're a little overrated, but rightfully so in my opinion, because I love them, but I definitely see a lot of people saying this and I can see where you're coming from. Okay, this next one says the season 6 breakup between Tim and Lucy made no sense and the slow burn has lasted long enough. I completely agree. It didn't make any sense why he broke up with her. I feel like that was such a douche move. You're going through stuff and you break up with your girlfriend. It just doesn't make any sense. I think they'll get together really soon when season 8 starts. This next one says, I love the relationship between John and Selena, but I don't think John is an adequate TO. He isn't a good teacher from what I've gathered. I definitely agree with this. I will give him some grace though because it is his first time being a training officer, but he's really serious as a training officer and I don't like it. Okay, this next one says, Wesley and his attempt in the storyline with Elijah is not talked about enough because all people care about is Chenford. I definitely agree with this. I literally almost forgot about that. I literally miss the Elijah storyline so much. It was so much better than the Monica storyline. I do think we could see some more of him in season 8. I don't know why. I just feel like he might make a little guest appearance. Okay, this next one says the Monica storyline is way too long and just needs to be finished. I 1000% agree. Personally, I think Monica is going to die in season 8 in the first couple episodes. If not, she's just gonna leave. I don't see her being completely on season 8. Okay, this next one says, the middle of season 7 barely had a plot. It felt like they dealt with Jason and then just had a bunch of filler episodes until the finale. I 1000% agree with this. This is kind of how the seasons have been going recently. I will give it to them. Season 6 was like after the writer's strike, so it was really short. It only had 10 episodes. But season 7 was probably one of my least favorite seasons. I feel like that's how a lot of long-running shows go, though, is it kind of just, they run out of ideas. This next one says, every time something tragic happens, the storyline is just rushed and overlooked. This was probably like the number one comment I got on this post, and I 100% agree. Like, Lucy's kidnapping, never talk about it anymore. Jackson's death, never talk about it anymore. Nolan has been kidnapped like 50,000 times, don't talk about it. I feel like a lot of stuff is overlooked. Okay, this next one says, Nolan is forgotten and overhated. I love him though. I definitely agree. I feel like Nolan gets way too much hate when he's literally the main character of the show. Is he my favorite? No, but I do love him and Bailey, and I think he's a good character. Okay, this next one says, Aaron is better than Miles. Personally, I like Aaron better than Miles, but I feel like they're two very different characters. Like, I absolutely loved Aaron. He'll forever be my favorite character that was ever on the show. But I also love Miles, and I feel like it's kind of hard to compare the two. This next one says, Lucy and Tim should not get married yet and definitely shouldn't have a kid. 1000%. I saw a lot of people commenting that they want this to happen, and I couldn't disagree more. I think it's way too soon. It would be so unrealistic if they got married in this season. I think at most engaged by the end. Definitely no wedding at all. Okay, this next one says Lopez is better than Chinford. I definitely love both of them a lot. I personally like Chinford better, but I know it varies on who you are. Okay, this next one says Zoe's death was the saddest, not Jackson's. I feel like Jackson obviously was way more of a character than Zoe. Zoe, we got to see her like literally getting shot, which Jackson we did too, but it was only like one camera view, like from the back. But Zoe, we literally saw her like drown in the pool, and then they like carried her body out. So I feel like it was way more emotional than Jackson's. I feel like Jackson's death was a little bit sadder just because he was a main character. This next one says Raj and Selena are amazing together. Everyone knows how I feel about Raj. I don't like him at all. I do like him and Selena together, I guess, but I just don't like Raj at all. Okay, this next one says, I want Selena to date a girl. I have seen this a lot. I could honestly see this happening. This next one says, Chin and Bradford's relationship is just dragging on by now. I definitely agree with this to a certain extent. It does feel like it's been so long of them just arguing and then hooking up and then arguing and then hooking up, and it's getting to a point, but I definitely think it will be closed in the first couple episodes of season 8 because I think they know that we're getting like tired of it. Okay, this next one, again about trauma, says all of the character trauma is so overlooked, like Angela with Guatemala, Nyla with the essay, Wesley's attempt, Lucy with the kidnapping. Yeah, 100%. I literally forgot about like half of this, honestly. Like, it's so overlooked all the time. There's so much trauma in that show. Like, so many people have gotten kidnapped or something. Okay, this next one says, I wish they revisited the Rosalind storyline if she didn't die in real life. I want to see Lucy's trauma and others relooked because I feel like they overlooked it a lot. Again, another one about the trauma. I miss Rosalind a lot. I loved her storyline. It's so sad that she passed away, but I definitely miss her storyline. This next one says, Nyla and James are a bad fit. She should have chosen the other guy. They don't talk about Jackson enough, and Aaron and Selena should have gone together. Okay, I'm going to break this down by each one. So for Nyla and James, 100,000% I agree with this. I cannot stand them together. I think they're so toxic. I think James is not that good of a guy. When he let those people in Nyla's home and literally let them like harass her was absolutely diabolical. I definitely agree they don't talk about Jackson enough. Personally, I don't mind because he wasn't my favorite character at all, but I definitely think it's unrealistic because that was literally Lucy's best friend. Aaron and Selena should have gotten together. I was very conflicted about this, but as the seasons went on before he left, I definitely could see this. I love them as friends, and I think they would have been a cute couple. Okay, this next one says Bailey is a fun character and she's overhated so bad. I 1000% agree. I love Bailey, and I think she's way overhated. I feel like I know a lot of people don't like Jenna. I know she's like kind of controversial, and I feel like people have a hard time separating Jenna from Bailey, but I think she's so cute. Like, she's just adorable. That is all for this video. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if the camera quality is not the best. I'm gonna try and maybe get my camera to work, but yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys are following my TikTok and Instagram. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.